the conversation, we should address the elephant in the room in the financial world and talk a little bit about the virus and its impact on us financially and the economy in general. So if you don't mind me asking, how are you guys all doing financially? Like, I mean, not to say numbers or anything like that, but since this crisis.
Yeah, I have to say we're pretty blessed. First off, as and I will get into the FPU later. We have an emergency fund in case something did happen. We do have a couple months worth of money that we can bank on. But my wife and I are truly blessed both being paid. We're not laid off, and we're both being paid. So we haven't really seen, personally, our family, we have had to go through any hardships really because of what's going on with the economy. I taken a couple of peeks at, a retirement account that I have, and it was a little bit painful, but I got to trust that, it'll make its way back where it was. But yeah, I have to say, personally, this hasn't been too bad for us.
Good. Well, I mean, at least for your retirement account, you're still young enough. You don't really have to. It has plenty of time to bounce back yet.
Yeah.
I know, like, my dad's getting a little worried at this point because he's not worried. He said he's seen the market a million times, but he just retired last year. So at this point, he's living off of all of his retirement accounts, and like, he lives off of the profit of those at the moment, and so he's losing money. But he said he's not too concerned. That's gonna. I guess he said, I got enough in there that I'm not worried about it. But for us, we're doing well. We do have our emergency fund, and we also have a lot more than that at the moment. Also, we got blessed big time because we got the motor replaced in our van, and it was $1,500 under what he initially quoted me at. And so that was an extra $1,500 that we now have, that I'm like, well, if I get sick and can't work, I think I'm going to get sick leave anyway. But I don't think it's like it's not going to be what I make a day. It's like a half or 3/4 of whatever it is. But we have that to fall back on too if we need it. But at the moment, unless I get sick, we'll be all right because I'm still working and she's still working. So.
Yeah, the same thing for us. We're doing pretty good at the moment. We're just we just circle the wagons, so to speak, and just taking care of what we need to and trying to hold on to everything. And we haven't been eating out as much, so that's kind of saving us some money there. So, but I mean, we're doing all right. I mean, we're both working, so we're doing pretty good there. So.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about what some businesses are doing to help people right now. But have you guys heard about what the federal government and the checks thing? You guys have any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. Part of me feels, kind of selfish for knowing that I'm going to be getting a check when we're not personally having a hardship. But at the same time, I'm, not one that's going to, tell the government to give me money back. So.
Yeah, you're like, well, you've already taken enough. I think I'm all right with taking it back. Well, my wife, she still doesn't believe that they're even going to send it. She's like, I won't believe it till I see it in there. And she's like, it sounds too good to be true, which, I mean, it does. It's a lot of money. But I guess that shows how much of a desperate situation they feel like we're in.
Yeah. When I believe it could be an opportunity to do some good as well. Because like I said, we have our emergency fund and, we're both still getting paid. So, I mean, it may be an opportunity to help other people out. And I think we'll probably have some conversations about that. What we may be able to do to help some other people out.
Do you think if say a majority of the country had all gone through Dave Ramsey, and we're in the position where majority of the country had $1,000 emergency or more, would that even be necessary?
It would be a lot less necessary, I would say. Especially if people were further on in the program and had 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund saved up. And people probably wouldn't be panicking, at the moment when it came to their financial status.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, because I was thinking about when they've been talking about this. I'm like, if the country as a whole was more financially prepared, like, it was just a normal thing for people to have money put back, that I feel like it wouldn't even be as big of a hit as what they're saying it would be. It wouldn't be a big thing for people to take 2 weeks off of work. But when everybody's living paycheck to paycheck, and you're like, I need that check, or I'm not gonna make it, then I don't know. I'm extremely happy we did the financial piece. I'm like, after starting it, I don't know. I couldn't imagine going back to the life of living paycheck to paycheck. Just after seeing in the last weeks how many, after starting to pay off debts, we've got our $1,000 sitting there, and it's like that sense of peace of not really worrying about it. Like, we know things are covered. Kevin, have you heard about anything that companies are doing to help?
I know a lot of companies are giving masks, like Cornex, and another one like nearby company in the area. They give a bunch of their breathing masks to the hospitals and first responders. I know McDonald's and Starbucks is anybody that's a first responder or a nurse or a doctor is getting get a free coffee.
Oh,
you have to show your badge. So, I mean, there's a lot of companies trying to do different things to help people. I know some of them are giving bonuses to their employees. I think Kroger's their employees are getting a bonus. There's another company that is giving out $2 raise to every employee during this during the virus outbreak.
I think was it Kroger's?
I don't know. I think it was maybe it was Aldi's. Because Kroger's is doing bonus.
Oh, that's that. Yeah. Kroger's was the bonuses. Yeah, maybe it was Aldi's that was doing the $2 raises. But another big. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, man.
Another big help is we've been talking about Dave Ramsey and Ramsey Solutions. Dave is offering. We're going to talk more about Financial Peace here in a minute, but Financial Peace University normally costs $100 up front, and he's offering it because of the 14-day shutdown. He's offering a free 14-day trial, so you can sign up for Financial Peace. You get all the benefits, the Every Dollar app, and then you can binge watch all of the videos and lessons in 14 days. And then you have everything for Financial Peace, and you could even get on top of it. And I need to speed up. You can even join a group after that and complete the whole class, which I just think it's an awesome gift, because especially right now, everybody's going to be thinking about money with being that they're struck with this financial crisis at the moment. I'm trying to figure out how long we've been talking, because it came up and said, you're running short on time. Are you able to see can you tell how long we've been talking?
It's not telling me anything here.
Oh well. We will. We might have to just come. Maybe me and we'll do a separate video and answer some of these other questions. But while we got Trevor here, we'll talk about Financial Peace. Before Financial Peace, did you know how to budget, plan, or strategize in your finances to get you where you wanted to go?
I thought I did. I had an Excel spreadsheet, on my computer, and I kept track of all the bills and thought I had it together. I really did, but at the same time, no idea. Other than the set bills, your cable and your gas and your electric. Other than those, that was really the only expenses that I was tracking. So I thought I was strict, and I thought I had a budget, but in reality, I did not have a budget because it was not working. We weren't painting any financial goals by any means. Before we took the class.
Yeah, I know. For us, she had the written budget and Excel thing that had all the bills and everything. But I know before the class, we really had no financial goals. Our whole goal was just make it. Make sure we had enough food, make sure the bills were paid, but that was about it. We hadn't really ever thought about being on top of things or that we could ever get out of the debt that we were in. So we had somewhat of a budget, not as awesome of a budget as we have now. So yeah, there was a lot that we thought we knew we were doing what we were doing, but we didn't know before FPU. What about you, Kevin? Do you remember how you guys were financially before FPU?
Struggling like a lot harder. It was like we struggled a lot before we took that class, and I don't want to go back to those days because it was pretty hard. Like we're doing better. Like we still have trouble sticking to the budget at times. But we're definitely doing a lot better than what we were because our budgeting before was, hey, I think this bill is due this week, and like we didn't have anything really written down. We kind of shot from the hip. It was terrible. It was really bad.
That's where we were. One of the key goals in Financial Peace University is to begin the process of becoming debt free. And Dave talks about the moment that you become sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke and living in debt, and that being the turning point for becoming debt-free. So that being said, do you remember the moment for you or your spouse of when you became tired of living in debt?
For me, I think it was like I finally saw the big picture. I don't know if I can pinpoint it to an exact moment.
Yeah.
In my mind, I've always known, the kind of things that I wanted and the things that I wanted to do in my life. But then sitting there realizing, when there's not any money left in the bank account at the end of each month, how am I ever going to get these things accomplished? And it was like, unless we do something about it now, this is what we're going to be stuck in the same house, with no money, just trying to scrape by for the rest of our lives. And that's, not really what I wanted to do. So really just looking into the future and seeing the big picture, it was like, something's got to change. We have to do something. And my wife is actually the one that signed us up for the class, and I was reluctant to do it, but I'm super glad that she did. And it's made all the difference in our lives. That's for sure.
I couldn't pinpoint it to one moment, but I can remember several moments where we'd have the account would go, I'd look at the bank account and then it would go negative, and then we were trying to figure out, we'd have to scrounge money up from somewhere to get the account back. And I can remember several moments thinking, like, I make too much money and I work way too hard to be struggling this much. And I can remember several moments of that, just getting sick of feeling like that. And we'd wanted to do Financial Peace before, which this is one of the reasons I think it's such an awesome gift. And there was one time that we didn't have the $100, and I wish back then, that was about 2 years ago, I wish we would have just asked somebody for it, because we could have been so much further ahead than we are now. But what about you, Kevin? Do you remember that moment? Did you have a specific moment, or was it just a combination of times of getting sick of it?
Yeah, it was a combination of being like Tuesday, get paid on Friday, and there's no money. Trying to how about the change? Going through and finding change and stuff, or it was just different things like that. It was just the struggling and everything. And then she seen the class, and she's like, "Well, we ought to take this." And I'm like, "All right, let's do it." Because she had some books or something like that that we listened to part of Dave Ramsey,
Mm-hmm.
and